Hello people, so today we'll be solving LeetCode daily question 861, that is score after flipping matrix, and in this we'll be given an m cross n in binary matrix grid, and a move consists of choosing any row or column and toggling each value in that row or column, that is changing all zeros to 1 and all ones to 0. And now every row of the matrix is interpreted as a binary number, and the score of the matrix is the sum of these numbers. Okay, so every row is interpreted as a binary number, and we have to return the highest possible score after making any number of moves, including 0 moves. Okay, so for that, firstly, we should understand how the bit works, and what we are having is if we have to form the maximum sum, so our the leftmost bit, that means basically the zeroth column of every row should be 1. So for example, if we have to make this a maximum number, what we'll be doing is we'll be flipping this particular bit. No matter what this is, we'll be flipping all the zeros in this bit, all the zeros and 1 in this particular row. Okay, so this is the first thing which we need to do. The next thing which we need to do, have to do is, if the number of zeros in a column is greater than the number of ones in that particular column, then also we need to flip that particular column so as to get the maximum value. Okay, so just this is the thing, and let's quick implement this. So for we'll be having m that will be equal to grid dot length, and n that will be equal to grid 0 dot length. Okay, now we'll be traversing in the loop that for int I equal to 0, I less than m, and I plus plus, and then for int okay. Oh yeah, we don't actually need this for loop because we are just traversing in the zeroth column only. So what I'll be taking is that if my grid I 0 is equal to 0. So in this case, I definitely have to flip the row. So for that, I'll be passing flip row, and in that I'll be passing the grid and the row which I want to flip, that is I. Okay, next thing what we have to do is we have to check the number of ones count, and then we have to flip. So for int I equal to 0, I less than okay, I less than n, I plus plus, then what we have to check is if the number of one count in that particular column, one count, for that I'll be passing the column only. If one count of grid comma I is less than or equal to m by 2, that is the number of ones, is that is the this will give me the number of ones. If the number of ones in a particular column are less than the total number of zeros, so in that case we have to flip. So in this case I'll be calling the function that is flip column and my grid comma with the ith function. And after that, just the thing which we need to implement is the sum function, that is, let's say my sum is currently equal to 0. Then I'll be traversing the grid again, that for int I equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus. Then I'll be having initializing a string builder to find the string sb, that is equal to new string builder. Okay, that is initially empty. And then for int, let's say num, let's call it bin in my jth column, or sorry, in ith row. So that will be in grid I. Okay, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing sp dot append my integer dot to string. Okay, I can just do string dot value of my binary number, and after that what I'll have to do is I'll convert it to integer, considering the base 2. So integer dot parse, and for that what I'll have to do is I'll have to convert string meter to string with I need to pass the base, so that will be 2, and at the end I'll just return some. Okay, now let's quickly write the logic for flipping the row. So private flip row, this will be a void function as well. So int grid and int the row which we have to flip. Okay, so then we'll be traversing in that particular row. So for int I equal to 0, I less than grid 0 dot length. Okay, what I'll be doing is I'll be setting my grid row I will be dependent on if my grid row I is equal to 0, then that case I'll have to switch it to 1, otherwise 0. Okay, and I'll just quickly copy this function again because I need to do the same similar thing for, okay, and I plus plus over here for the flip column function. Okay, so I'll just paste it. Okay, flip column. In that I have to pass the column, and here it will be just grid dot length. Again I plus plus. Here it will be I and column instead, and then again here it will be I and column instead. Okay, now I just need to write the count function at private int one count int grid and the column number. Okay, now let's initialize a variable that is count, that is equal to initially 0, and then what I'll be doing is that for int I equal to 0 again, I less than grid dot length I plus plus, and I'll be updating my count based on that. If my grid I column, if it is equal to 0, then I'll be adding uh 0 to it, otherwise I'll be adding a 1 to it, and at the end I'll just return count. Now let's quickly run it. Yeah, and it gets accepted. Now let's submit it, and it works perfectly fine. Okay, so this was it for today. Thank you for watching.